Welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be doing a walking tour from the Union Street area. So right at the intersection of Doom Street, Coke Street and the Union Street. So we are on Union Street now. So at this intersection of the Union Street and the Coke Street and Doom Street, we are right at the National Housing Trust building at the branch in Montego Bay. And we are right across from the Overton Plaza, and we are walking up the Coke Street. That's from the intersection. And there's a popular school here called the Bright Angel School. It's a basic school. And then here we have the Montego Bay High School for Girls, the Moby High School for Girls. So we'll be taking a look at 3 developments in the Montego Bay area. So we'll be starting here at Richmond Hill Road, looking at development of the Richmond Hill Inn. So the Richmond Hill Inn, they are now developing their luxury residential area. So we're just walking up toward, we're just going up on the Richmond Hill to that new development. So they are doing Richmond, so the Richmond Hill Inn site is being redeveloped into high-rise residential project. And it is said in a report that the new name should be the Seaview. So the new name of this Richmond Hill Inn will now be called the Seaview. And we are seeing the wall that they are building here. It's a big wall that they are building. So we're going to take a check on this area right now. So what they will have feature here is villa, townhouses on 20 acres of hillside property, and it will offer scenic views of the city harbor, and this is located about 500 feet above sea level, and you'll get a panoramic view from Montego Bay from this side. So this will be high-rising building that they will be constructing here. 500 feet above sea level. So I've done a video on this area already. So we're just gonna check on the progress of this area, and then when we finish we will be going to check out a new development up by Sewell Avenue. That's up by the upper deck. They are rebuilding the Racket club up there. I think they're having a 8-floor building up on that site there. So they are just basically doing they are just doing the surface level work here. So they are building the wall for the property here and filling in the area. So we can see that this area overlooks the ocean. So this is one level. So no building. They have not started any construction of any building but the walls so far. There is some huge wall. So from the upper deck area at the Sewell Avenue, we will be walking down to the Howard Cook Highway, where they are doing another development, and there they're building an elaborate marina down beside the fishing village at the Howard Cook Boulevard. Yes, big man. So they are making preparation for the building, laying the foundation, making the roadway to get on the property. And we can get a good view of the ocean from here. So they're doing the preparatory work here now before they start to get in the building phase of the building. Putting in drains and walls and the road that lead to the building. And this will be called Seaview. So one of my viewers asked me to make a video of this area and also the development going on at Seaview Avenue up by the upper deck area. So I'm just taking the opportunity to do here and also good day and also the one at so we'll be doing 3 development this morning. We'll be doing the Seaview at Richmond Hill, formerly known as the Richmond Hill Inn, and we'll be doing the Racket Club up by the upper deck area at Seaview Avenue, and then we will be going to the Howard Cook Boulevard in town. So at the Howard Cook Boulevard, we'll be taking a look at the Marina's Palm. That's a new marina that they're building, which will be featuring dining area, water sport activities, and other amenities. So we're just checking out the progress that's happening at the Richmond Hill here, the redevelopment here. It was damaged by a fire. This Richmond Hill was damaged by a fire. It's a nice restaurant and stuff up on this here, a nice little hotel, but it was damaged by a fire. So they are redeveloping this area. So we can see the view from here. It's a lovely view. I'm not gonna go too far because the last time I was here we had a dog chasing me. So no building, none of the rooms have started to be built here as yet. They are only doing the preparatory work, putting in walls and doing the excavation, laying the foundation. So we are overlooking now the city of Montego. So the Montego Bay High School right there, that yellow building, Overton Plaza, and the ocean. Nice panoramic view of the ocean. So as we say, so this is a Richmond Hill redevelopment site that they are going to build high-rise residential building, and it's going to be named the Seaview, featuring villas, townhouses, and 20 acres of hillside property, 500 feet above sea level, with nice panoramic view. New development in the city, overlooking the hospital, Salem, the mountains, and we can have a good view of the highway. So now we're going to start the next section of our tour, and this time we're going to be walking down from the intersection of Union Street and Doom Street. So this is we are on Union Street, going straight down. Going across is Doom Street, and up there is Coke Street, where you'll find the Montego Bay High School, Mobile High School. On this street, the Doom Street, you'll find the Dome, and the Dome is a historical building that they built around a freshwater spring in 1837. That spring was called the Bay Creek, so they built it there. So that's a very historical site, built in 1837, where the resident would pay for that water to be supplied to their area. So we are going to be going down the Union Street now, and we are going to go down Union Street and then make a turn on Orange Street and go up toward the Sewell Avenue. So that's it. Look, this is the Overton Plaza. So here, right over there, we have the Overton Plaza. So we are walking down a section of Montego Bay. Also Montego Bay Seventh-day Adventist Church, and we are walking down the street. So we are going down Union Street, passing the Walpole Lane, that's what the local call this area. And we are going straight down to the intersection of Orange Street and Union Street. So that's the UCC College over there. University of Commonwealth Caribbean, UCC College is right over here. And this is the East Street. So the East Street will take you back onto Church Street, and then you can go up back to Doom Street, back to the Mobile Eye. So we are going all the way down to, this is a one-way street. So this is one-way street coming down from Montego Bay High School for girls, down from National Housing Trust, down from the, so we're coming down from Overton Plaza, all of those areas, those buildings I should say. So we're coming down the Union Street, and there's a lot of business on this street. And we are passing the intersection of King Street and Union Street. So if you go down the street, you're gonna go across to the upper King Street. You go across there, and that takes you across to the Church Street also. And you make a left, and you can go back to the Dome Street, right, down the Church Street onto St. James Street. So you go down the street all the way to the end, cross over the Market Street, right here at the stoplight. To the next stoplight, you go onto the Church Street, and you make all the way up to the end. You make a left, and you go back onto Union Street, the intersection there, and then you can go up to Montego Bay High School, back to the Richmond Hill Inn that they are building, the new Seaview, or all the way up back you can go on Coke Road. Alright, so we're gonna continue down the Union Street. So we're continuing down the Union Street toward the Parish Council building. So the St. James Parish Council building, Municipal College building, is right here. This road will take you right back to the St. James Street. So at the intersection of St. James Street and this Union Street, you can go up to Sam Sharp Square. That's the center of the town. But we're not going to go down to Sam Sharp Square today. We're going to make a right at the intersection of Orange Street and at Orange Street and the intersection at Orange Street and this street. We're going to make
partners located within Overton Plaza invites you to a health and wellness community outreach, a Hurricane Melissa recovery initiative to help you take back control of your health and well-being. Come out for free professional health screenings, mental health and wellness support, live health and wellness presentation with expert guidance. First 200 persons
so here we make a right turn,
Overton Plaza on Union Street, Montego,
and the right turn will take you on Orange Street. At this intersection you can take another right turn that will take you up to King Street again. So we are going to go all the way up to Sewell Avenue on the Orange Street. So across here is William Street and into Paradise Road area. So we are going all the way up this street, the Orange Street. Now this is an inner city area, so you don't want to be going all over this area unless you know where you're going. We can see the police are working here. Police are getting their job done. So on this street, it's called the North Paradise Street. And you can take this turn to go back to the library or go back to St. James Street or to the city center area. So this is North Paradise Street. And we are going all the way up on this street now. So we are trying to make it to the Sewell Avenue. So these are older buildings here. We're on Orange Street. This is where Kentucky building was. So this is the city center area. So this road, Orange Street, will take you to the Cornwall College, and then after the Cornwall College, Albion Road, or if you go continue straight, you can go up to Mango Walk, up to the Leaders Avenue, and then back to the airport. So you go up to the Leaders Avenue, you make a left turn on the Leaders Avenue, on the Leaders Avenue, about 2 left, 2 to 3 left, or 2 left, yeah, the third left, you make a left, and you get on the Leaders Avenue, which will take you back to Queens Drive or Top Road. And then you just make a right onto the Queens Highway, and that will take you back to the airport. So the Queens Drive, or the Queens Highway we call it. So this is the Cornwall College. It did got some damage during the Hurricane Melissa, so they are using some tents also for classroom. It's a popular school in boys' school in Montego Bay, and then another popular one is the Mount Alverna High School for girls. So right beside the boys' school, Mount Alverna, which is a Roman Catholic high school. So that's the Mount Alverna High School. And you can also access this school, the road to get into the school, by the St. James Street side, right beside the, right opposite across from the Montego Bay Parish Library, or the St. James Parish Library. Montego High School. Alright, so we are walking up, or continue our journey up towards Sewell Avenue. So it's very windy today. A lot of wind is blowing. that you see looking at there. So we're going to take a little tour of a section of the interior of the city. So most time the visitors will bypass this area without even know that they exist. Nice little green area over here. The swamp here over there, watershed here. So we are still on the Orange Street. So a right turn here, you go to Albion, which can take you back to Glendevon, Salt Spring Road, Cornwall Courts. So that's Albion Road over there. But we are going up the Orange Street. So we are walking towards Swell Avenue. That's where you'll find the popular Upper Deck Hotel. It used to be an hotel. The Upper Deck used to be an hotel. I think they are operating it now as an apartment. But it used to be a popular hotel at one time. So it's nice and hot. No? So at this intersection, we're going to make a left turn onto the Swell Avenue. So this will be the first, then the second, then the third. You make a left turn and you could get on the Leaders Avenue. If you go to the 1, 2, 3, the third left turn will take you to the third left turn will take you onto the Leaders Avenue from here, and you continue straight to get on the Queens Drive. From the Queens Drive here, the intersection of Leaders Avenue and Queen Drive, you make a right turn, and then you go all the way down to the bottom of the road and you see a big roundabout, and that's where you'll find the airport. Frankfurt International Airport from this area. But we're not going to go that area today. We're going to turn here and go to the Swell Avenue. So here we are making a left turn onto Sewell Avenue. So we have done so far about 0.932 miles, which is close to a mile. We have done more than 20 minutes walking. So now we are on the Sewell Avenue going toward the Racket Club Hotel that they are redeveloping into a 8-story building. So they are developing that Racket Club, former Racket Club, into a 8-story luxury residential building. So we are walking up the Sewell Avenue going toward the Racket Club Hotel. So this will lead you back onto the Queen's Drive. So there we are seeing the Racket Club in view. So that look like it is actually completed, or is near completion. Formerly, this was a very nice upscale area. It changed a bit, but now they're getting back a nice apartment building, 8-story luxury apartment. So we still see that there are still can see that there are construction going on. Let's see if I can get a peek inside. Yeah, there's still construction going on. Yes, sir. So here they're having a new 8-story luxury apartment here. Montego Racket Club. So the new Montego Bay Racket Club and Spa is nearly completed. So it's near to the upper deck. Alright, so here we are again. As I'm saying, this is a condominium nearly completed. So this will be a condominium and spa located close to the Iron Shore building. So it's a condominium and spa, high-rising 8th-floor building. A Racket Club, formerly known as Racket Club. I think it's also going to be named the Racket Club. But they are redeveloping this area. And it's on it's located on the Sewell Avenue and it is still under construction. Very windy today. Alright, so we're gonna continue our tour down the Sewell Avenue and we are going toward our final destination today. We're going toward the Marina's Palm on Howard Cook Boulevard. So this is a police station located at the Sewell Avenue here. It's a Year 1 headquarters or something. It's a Year 1 headquarters. So we are going now back onto the Queen's Drive. The Upper Deck Hotel area. So the Upper Deck, this is Swell Avenue. So we are at the Upper Deck area. It was a very popular hotel once, but now it's an apartment building. So here we are viewing the ocean from Upper Deck area, and we're viewing the ocean. We're in the Freeport area. So we're going down the Upper Deck Street and we're joining back on the Queens Drive. So we're going on the Queens Drive here. So up on this street will take you back to the airport. So take you back to the Sangsel International Airport. So this is Queens Drive. Alright. And we are gonna go down. So going down this street here, which is the Queens Drive. Yeah, so we're going down the we are going down the Queens Drive back to the intersection of the Queens Drive and the Howard Cook Boulevard, and then we will go straight into town because there's a lot of music playing. So we are passing the Mount Alverna Kindergarten School at this moment. So we are passing just come from the Upper Deck, coming down on the Queens Drive. And we are going down to the Queens. We are on the Queens Drive going toward the intersection of Howard Cook Highway and the Queens Drive. So we're gonna go in town because there's music playing. I don't want a copyright infringement on my video because there's a sound system having a party in the Harmony Park. So I'll have to bypass that area today. So we're gonna bypass this area. Alright, so here we are at the intersection of Queens Drive and Howard Cook Boulevard. Alright, so we're gonna go on St. James Street. Over there is the Harmony Park Beach having a party over there. Alright. And that's the Queens Drive that we are coming from. No, YouTube. Royal Change Production. So I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm kind of going, taking this street in town. So we are on the Queen Street, going down toward the center of the town. We're not going to take the Howard Cook Boulevard, starting at the intersection of Jimmy Cliff Boulevard, because there is music playing. So now we are passing the city center. On St. James Street, so we pass it on the back side going up. So today is Sunday, the town is not so busy. So that's the city center we are passing by. So now we're on St. James Street. We are going to the center of town at Sam Sharp Square. It is very quiet today because it's Sunday, not so busy on Sundays. So we're doing a walking tour through the center of the city. So that is the North Paradise Street that we passed while we're going up on Orange Street. Here we have the postal lane, the post office right here, the St. James Parish Library. And this street takes you back onto the Harbour Street. And we are going down through the center of the town. So we'll bypass we'll go around from the Harbour Street. From the Howard Cook Boulevard, and we come on the St. James Street, and we're going to be walking through the center of Montego Bay on a Sunday afternoon. And we're going toward the new Marina's Palm at the new Marina's Palm at the Howard Cook Boulevard. And it seems like we're going to be having some form of a meeting or some form of we're going to have some function in the city. Whenever you see the bar of the city like that, it means that we're going to be having some function in the center of the town. So that's Sam Sharp Square that we are passing. You can see all those statues over there, monuments of past people, past leaders who fought for Jamaica freedom. So you can see that there's a big function happening in the town.
So right now, I'm going to invite up the next sport. And his name is Dario Shields. You might know him for being behind the camera. Drones and photographs, videography. I did not know today that he was a poet. But aren't we all poets? All on to write some poem enough. And I said, boy, nobody know want to hear this, it's not good enough, but everybody in here writes. Scribble something somewhere. All of you. Something you don't share, that is just for you sometimes. That's how it starts. That's how it started with me. Never thought I could share it. Submitted it and it got printed, and the rest is history. So boss man, no cameras, no drones, just run the line.
So we're going straight down the St. James Street to the end. We get back on the Barnett Street, and then we're gonna make a left turn and go on to the Howard Cook Boulevard again and down to the Marina's Palm that they're building, and see if we can get some get some video footage of that area also. There is music all over, which we don't want to really have in my video because we can get copyright infringement for those. So this street is always a busy street with people selling on the street. And some of these guys don't like cameras, you know. They make a lot of noise when you're passing them. Don't put any camera on me. So I have to pass pretty quickly. So it's a very busy day today on the street. All the way up to Sam Sharp Square. People are doing their stuff up there. Yeah, we're going. So today is Sunday. It's not so busy, not so congested on a Sunday. The street is easy to walk on a Sunday. Not a lot of vendors out, not a lot of traffic out. So this is a Quartz furniture building. So we're gonna make a right turn here to get back on Barnett Street. Right turn here to get back at Barnett Street. So it's an intersection, Barnett Street and St. James Street. So this is the public bus park right here. So public bus parks, very slow today, normally it's packed. That's Barnett Street up there. The bus park over there, you can see bus in the park, yeah. So now we are on the Barnett Street, heading back toward the Howard Cook Boulevard. Very hot today. That's our fire station. I think there'll be a fire station here. So across there is a Pier 1 party place and a nice restaurant. It's a little marina also. So we're gonna come back up the street in a little bit. We're gonna walk up to see if the music is stopped by the other area. We are going down on the Howard Cook Boulevard now. So we made a left turn from Barnett Street onto the Howard Cook Boulevard. passing the Ruby's gas station on Awakut Boulevard, right across from the ocean and across from Pier 1. So we're going to try so we can get entry into this section of the Marina spot that they're building right here. So we are right in the area of the River Bay Fisherman's Beach. The River Bay Fisherman's Beach is right over this area. So this is River Bay Road Beach, Fisherman Beach area. So this is where they are building this new building. So see they're doing some work here. So this is the Marina's Palm. They're doing some work here. So this is the new Marina's Palm. So across over there is the River Bay Road Fisherman Beach. Right over there. So this is still under construction. New development in Montego Bay. So it's a marina, and we can see that it's across from the Pier 1. And it's across from the cruise ship port. So right now I'm on the dock, looking at the cruise ship port area. Yes, so here we are at the Howard Cook Boulevard, and we are taking a look at this new development taking place at the River Bay Road, pretty close to the River Bay Fishing Village at Howard Cook Boulevard. And this is called the Marina's Palms, featuring water, fountain, boutique, incredible dining and sunset experience. And this is aiming to create a new vibrant water sport and dining experience. So that is what this marina is trying to achieve. So they were in the Freeport area, so now they are moving to this location, and as you can see, they are right at the waterfront. Alright, so they are right in front of the Pier 1. So that's the Pier 1 I'm looking at. Montego Bay Fire Station right there. The Arbor City shopping complex right there, and the Harmony Park is behind that area. So the Harmony Beach Park is right behind the Arbor City shopping complex. This is a new development taking place in Montego Bay. So they're building the marina right here, the little dock right there. I don't know if it's a temporary one right there now. I don't know if this is a temporary one that is set up, or if this is gonna be hit. I believe this is a temporary dock right here. This is right beside the River Bay Road Fishing Village. So we can see the boats at River Bay Road right here, across from there. And this is the new building that's been set up at Howard Cook Boulevard. This is still under construction. from the Marina's Palm at Howard Cook Boulevard to get back to the airport or in town. We just make a left. Well, we can only go one way on this side of the street anyway. We can only go up on this side of the street. So we will turn and go back. If we're coming from the Marina's Palm, we'll just make a left turn up the street and we will be going back toward the Harbour City complex. So now we're going up the street. To get back, to go toward the Freeport area, we'll have to go back to that roundabout area up there and turn around. So we are going up Howard Cook Boulevard back toward the Harmony Beach Park. Passing the fire station, Montego fire station. So if you do not want to go in town, when you get at the intersection of St. James Street and the Howard Cook Boulevard area, you could just come straight down the Howard Cook Boulevard instead of going straight down into the city on the St. James Street. Person coming on the Queens Drive, where the Queens Drive intersect with St. James Street. They just go straight down the road to the city center, Sam Sharp Square. But if you don't want to go in town, you could always come through the stoplight and then head back onto the Howard Cook Boulevard so that you don't have to enter town. Because in town is always very busy, except on a Sunday. So this is Harbour City, right over there. And there's an O that is missing from the harbour, from the Hurricane Melissa. But that's the Harbour City complex. And we are going back straight toward the we are going across the street. So we are going across the street. We just come across the stoplight there. So this is the street that you can use to bypass in the town, coming down from the Queen's Drive. So coming down from the Queen's Drive, you can use this road, the Racket Boulevard, if you don't want to get in town, to go down to the Marina's farm that we just went and visited. So we just went to the Marina's farm, but we went inside the city center because the music was playing. So here we are, and this is a Kentucky Fried Chicken establishment, very popular place in Montego Bay. This is Jimmy Cliff Boulevard, and we can continue up straight to the Queen Street, up to the Queen's Drive, and it will take you back out of town, or you can make a left and you go to the Montego Bay Hip Strip or the Jimmy Cliff Boulevard. So this is Harmony Park Beach. So that's Harmony Park Beach over there.
Thanks for watching my video.
So
please subscribe, share, comment,
we
and
bypassed
like.
this area and went in the town, but we can use this other street to go back to the Racket Boulevard, and to find the new Marina's farm that they are building.